Hey, what's up everyone? John here from TestPrepInsight.com, and today I'm going to be comparing the language apps and courses from Rocket and Mango, both of which I've used for a while now. I'll talk about what I like about each, who I think each would be best for, and which is my personal favorite. And by the way, if you want some more information about these two language apps at any point, make sure to check out the full detailed written review I have over on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight, Mango vs. Rocket. It's a quick way to get more info. Alright, so let's start with a quick pricing comparison since that's always a crucial decision factor. First, starting with Mango. They offer two different subscription options, a single language plan which costs around $8 per month, or an all languages plan that costs around $18 per month. And that includes access to the 70 plus languages that Mango covers. Now, Rocket on the other hand is a little different since they don't offer monthly pay-as-you-go plans. Instead, they only offer lifetime plans, which cost around $150, $300, or $450, depending on whether you want to go with the beginner only, intermediate, or advanced bundle. So it's kind of an apples to oranges comparison here in terms of pricing, but technically Mango is the more affordable option if you're on a budget. However, I would just mention though that Rocket is almost always running some sort of special deal or promotion. And in fact, I regularly see their courses discounted by around 50%, if not more, so make sure to check the description below for coupon codes. I'll drop any current discounts and deals that I can find down there for you. Alright, so with pricing checked off our list, let's talk about what the lessons from both companies are like. So first up in terms of length, Mango's lessons are much shorter than Rocket's. Each one only takes about 5 to 15 minutes to complete, whereas the Rocket lessons take around 40 to 50 minutes to complete from start to finish. Now, in terms of format, Mango's lessons are primarily centered around learning new words and phrases through three main exercise types: learn, speaking quiz, and critical thinking. You can see an example of these right here on screen. And then every once in a while, Mango also inserts a quick grammar or culture tidbit as well. But really, there are no videos, flashcards, conversational practice, or anything like that, which leads me into Rocket. Their lessons are centered around interactive audio lessons in which an English-speaking moderator walks you through a simulated conversation in your target language in short, bite-sized chunks. You'll listen to two fluent speakers converse, and then every few sentences the moderator will stop to provide some context and then prompt you to participate with questions and directions. So essentially, you can think of these interactive audio lessons as guided conversations. And then to finish out each lesson, you review what you just learned in the audio portion by completing several short reinforcement exercises. These include flashcards, writing drills, and quizzes. And then following this, you move into the company's language and culture lessons, which I'll talk about in more detail here in a bit. But overall, I have to say that Rocket's lessons are much more comprehensive than Mango's. And I know I covered that pretty quickly, so if you do want to see a deeper dive or examples of what the lessons or drills from either company are like, make sure to check out that full detailed written review that I mentioned. I'll have it linked down below in the description. I have screenshots and examples over there so you can get a better feel for how each program works. Alright, so with pricing and lesson format out of the way, let's cover the main advantages of using Rocket over Mango and vice versa. And let's start with Rocket. Advantage number one is that their lessons are much more effective than Mango's for developing your listening and conversational abilities. So rather than the lessons revolving around short, quick hit drills to learn new words and phrases like you get with Mango, the Rocket audio lessons are more engaging and detailed since you need to track the mock conversation, understand the situation at hand, and then respond to native speakers when prompted. In my opinion, this active participation is extremely powerful for getting you to recall and use the target language under pressure, just like you would in real-life situations. And that's the key point here. You're getting simulated real-world experience with Rocket, which in my opinion is about the best practice you can get when trying to learn a new language. Okay, advantage number two, and this sort of piggybacks on my last point, but I think Rocket's lesson format and overall learning framework are better suited for people seeking to achieve an intermediate to advanced level of fluency with the new language. With Mango, because their lessons emphasize quick hit drills and exercises, there's really no opportunity for spontaneous language usage that mimics or resembles full conversations. And as you know by now, that's an area where Rocket really shines. So overall, I have to give Rocket the nod if your main objective is to learn a new language quickly so you can begin having basic conversations in a short time frame. Okay, advantage number three, and this is a bit of a short one, but because the first half of Rocket's lessons are audio-based, I think it's cool that you can complete these lessons while you're washing dishes, cleaning your house, lifting weights, etc. It's just nice that you don't have to be fixated on your computer screen or iPhone at all times. I know for me personally, I like to listen to lessons while I take my evening walk around the neighborhood, so it's convenient that Rocket's lessons allow for that. Alright, last up here, advantage number four. I like that the Rocket language programs prioritize grammar and local culture, whereas with Mango, these topics sort of take a backseat. Not only does the moderator the interactive audio lessons frequently pause to cover different grammar rules and verbally explain the reasoning behind them, but Rocket also delivers more detailed grammar instruction through their language and culture lessons, which are separate from the audio exercises and reinforcement drills. And what's nice is that even though grammar can be boring and mundane to learn, Rocket does a really good job of breaking these lessons down into condensed, digestible chunks. Each section within the grammar lessons is only about 3 to 6 sentences long on average. And within the grammar lessons, there are several checkpoints where you can interact with examples, pictures, and just keep engaged. So overall, in terms of grammar content, I don't think there's any question about it that Rocket beats Mango. Alright, so that's Rocket in a nutshell. Now let's turn the tables and cover the major advantages of using Mango. But before I get to that, I do just want to mention that every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we actually give away a free language learning course to one lucky person. It's super simple to enter. Everyone out there is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description on how to enter, but just know that it takes like 10 seconds and hey, you never know, you could win a totally free course to Mango or Rocket. Okay, so the first advantage for Mango is their voice analysis tool. Now, I should mention up front here that Rocket employs their own speech recognition technology using Google's Web Speech API that's very good. It even grades your accuracy and pronunciation on a scale from 1 to 100, so to be clear here, I'm not saying that Mango's speech recognition tech is better than Rocket's, but what I'm saying is that Mango's is a little different because their tech also includes a visual readout of your tone and inflection. That way you can compare the readout against the example recording from the fluent speaker in order to visually see the adjustments that you need to make to your tone and cadence to sound more like a true local. It's a pretty cool feature. Alright, so advantage number 2 is that I like how Mango explains the differences between literal and understood phrases. As you may or may not know, the common phrases and sayings that we use every day don't always translate between languages word for word. Oftentimes, there's a related phrase or way of communicating your message that just isn't a direct word-for-word translation. So in order to help you learn and understand these small differences, Mango includes a cool toggle feature so you can rotate back and forth between the simple, everyday understanding of the phrase and then the literal word-for-word version, which for me was personally super helpful. Okay, advantage number 3, and this might be a minor point for some, but I think it's pretty useful that Mango uses a color coding system to highlight patterns within phrases and sentences during your lessons. With most language apps, you're taught grammar rules in a vacuum and then asked to apply the rule within drills and exercises with no real assistance or help, which can be a little frustrating. But since Mango uses distinct colors to highlight different fragments, it really helps you to quickly get a feel for what sounds and looks correct. In other words, the Mango learning framework trains you to spot patterns as opposed to just memorizing rules. Alright, so last up, advantage number 4, and this is likely irrelevant for most people since Rocket covers the most popular languages like Spanish, French, Italian, German, Japanese, etc. But it's worth mentioning that Mango does cover over 70 different languages. And they also offer specialty courses as well, like Mandarin Business, Russian Slang, and Korean Academics. So if you want to learn a lesser known language or you want to study a specific niche within your target language, then Mango might be the better bet for you. And that about does it for the detail in this comparison, so let's get to my final verdict. Should you choose Mango or Rocket to learn a new language? Well, after using and testing each program, I think Rocket is the winner hands down here. Sure, Mango does offer some cool features like their voice analysis tool and color coding system, but those are more window dressing in my opinion. Rocket's lessons and overall learning framework are just much more robust and comprehensive than Mango's. Not only does Rocket provide dedicated grammar and culture content, but more importantly, I like the simulated conversations that are the focal point of their lessons. I think this will really help propel you to an intermediate to advanced level of fluency faster than Mango. And that's all I got for you. I hope this video was helpful and you learned a little something about Rocket and Mango. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and dropping us a quick comment below. That would be really appreciated. And again, if you want to see that full detailed written comparison that I mentioned earlier in this video, just hop on over to our website, testprepinsight.com, or check out the rest of the videos on our YouTube channel. We got a bunch of great content out there. But as always, thanks for watching, best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.